In this video, I will show you how to solve real-world problems using matrices. Let's see, problem number 1. The Family Fine Arts Center charges $20 per adult and $13 per senior citizen for its performances. On a recent weekend evening, when 543 people paid admission, the total receipts were $8,179. How many adults and senior citizens paid to see the performance? The first thing you want to do is define your variables. How many adults and how many senior citizens? So I'm going to let A represent the number of adults, and I'm going to let S represent the number of senior citizens. Okay, this is a really common type of problem where the two equations that we will write are going to be a money equation and a quantity equation. All right, this is a classic type of word problem that you're going to see. So first, let's set up the money equation. It says they charge $20 per adult and $13 per senior citizen. So $20 per adult plus $13 per senior citizen should equal the total amount of money. And then they told us that the total receipts were $8,179. Okay, so money from adults plus money from senior citizens equals the total amount of money. This is the money equation. The quantity equation is usually very simple. They told us that there were a total of 543 people. So that means that the number of adults plus the number of senior citizens should add up to 543. So these are the two equations that we're going to use. We're going to solve these with matrices though, so let's set up our coefficient matrix. So looking at the left side of the equation, I see 20, 13, and the coefficients of A and S are 1 and 1. So this is my coefficient matrix. I'll call that C. Now the variable matrix, I'm just going to put A and S because those are the two variables that we're using. And then over here I'll put the answer matrix, which is 8,179 and 543. And that's my answer matrix. So we see that C times V is equal to A. And we know that in that case, matrix V will equal C inverse times matrix A. So this is what we're going to put in our calculator. First, we need to type the matrices in. So let's hit second matrix, switch over to the edit menu. Okay, so let's go ahead and enter matrix C. So matrix C is a 2 by 2 matrix. So I'm going to go ahead and type 2 by 2. 20, 13, 1, and 1. So 20, 13, 1, and 1. Always quit your way out of matrix. Let's go back to the matrix area, and this time we'll edit matrix A. Matrix A is a 2 by 1 matrix. So I'll just make this 2 by 1 and enter my 8,179 and my 543. And always quit your way out of a matrix. So remember, we want C inverse A. Okay, so to get matrix C, I go back to the matrix area. I stay on names, choose matrix C, put a little -1 on it to make it C inverse. Go back to the matrix area, choose matrix A. So I have C inverse A. So this is my solution, 160 and 383. Okay, that means that the number of adults is equal to 160, and the number of senior citizens is equal to 383. You should always put your final answer back into words when you're doing a word problem like this. All right, next problem. A tour group split into 2 groups when waiting in line for food at a fast food counter. The first group bought 8 slices of pizza and 4 soft drinks for $33.84. The second group bought 7 slices of pizza and 4 soft drinks for $30.60. How much does 1 slice of pizza cost? What is the cost of 1 drink? The first thing we do is define our variables. Let's let P represent the cost of 1 slice of pizza. And again, I look at what they are asking me for to decide what the variables should be. How much does 1 slice of pizza cost? So the variable is going to be the cost of a slice of pizza. Okay, similarly, we will let D be the cost of 1 drink. Okay, so we're actually going to have 2 money equations this time, because they told us for the first group, all right, they bought 8 slices of pizza. Okay, so 8 times the cost of a slice of pizza, and 4 soft drinks, so plus 4 times the cost of a single drink, and that should equal the total amount of money. This is a money equation, and that turned out to be $33.84. Okay, and then there's group 2, who bought 7 slices of pizza. So 7 slices of pizza. All right, 7 times the cost of a single slice of pizza. And they also bought 4 drinks. But this time the total was $30.60. So this time we have 2 money equations. 1 money equation for group 1 and 1 money equation for group 2. But the way we solve it will be the same. Let's set up a matrix of coefficients. So I will have 8, 4, 7, and 4. All right, let's call it C because it's the coefficient matrix. And here we will put the variables P and D. All right, that's our variable matrix V. And here we will put our answer matrix, 33.84 and 30.60. Okay, so since C times V is equal to A, then we know that matrix V will equal C inverse times A. So let's use our calculator for this. Let's start by editing matrix C. So second matrix, edit menu. Let's go down to matrix C. All right, it is a 2 by 2 matrix. So 8, 4, 7, 4. So we go 8, 4, 7, 4. Always quit your way out of a matrix. Let's go back to the matrix area. Let's edit matrix A. All right, 2 by 1 is correct. 33.84 and 30.60. And quit. Now we want C inverse A. So again, if I go to the matrix area and just go down to matrix C, then I have C. I'll hit the x to the negative 1 power button. Now it's C inverse. Back to the matrix area one more time for matrix A and hit enter. So this is $3.24 and $1.98. All right, that means P is equal to 3.24 and D is equal to 1.98. But let's put this back into words for the final answer. So a slice of pizza costs $3.24, while a drink costs $1.98. Problem number 3. A movie theater charges $8 for adults and $5 for children. If there were 40 people altogether and the theater collected $272 at the end of the day, how many adults and how many children went to the movies? All right. As always, we start by defining our variables. Look at what you are being asked to find. How many adults and how many children? So let's let A equal the number of adults, and let's let C equal the number of children. Okay, once again, we are going to have a money equation and a quantity equation. This is very common. So let's do the money equations. $8 per adult, so 8A. $5 for every child, so plus 5C. All right, this is all money. So this should equal the total amount of money, which was $272. Money, money, money. Now the quantity. Somewhere it says the total number of people. There were 40 people. So that means the number of adults plus the number of children should add up to 40 people. So now we can solve this by making matrices. Let's start off with a matrix made out of the coefficients of these variables. So we have 8, 5, 1, and 1. That's our coefficient matrix. All right, and then we have A and C. That's our variable matrix. And then we have 272 and 40. This is our answer matrix. So we know that since C times V is equal to A, that means V is equal to C inverse times A. So let's use our calculator. All right, go to the matrix area. Move over to edit, and let's edit matrix C. 2 by 2 is what we want. So 8, 5, 1, 1. Always quit out of a matrix. So back to the matrix area, and now let's edit matrix A. 2 by 1 is good. 272 and 40. And quit. So we want C inverse A. So go back to the matrix area. I'm just going to type the number 3 for matrix C. Now it's C inverse. Back to the matrix area again. And matrix A. And there you go, 24 and 16. All right, that means A is equal to 24 and C is equal to 16. But for your final answer, let's put this back into words. There were 24 adults and 16 children. All right, let's do one more problem. Melody has $45,000 to invest and wishes to receive an annual income of $4,290 from this money. She has chosen investments that pay 5%, 8%, and 12% simple interest. Melody wants to have the amount invested at 12% to be double the amount invested at 8%. How much should she invest at each rate? First, we have to define our variables. So we look at what we are being asked to find. How much should she invest at each rate? Notice that there are 3 rates that we're dealing with, so there will be 3 variables. I'm just going to use X, Y, and Z because I can't think of any letters that will automatically indicate these percentages, so I'm just going to let X be the amount at 5%. I'll let Y be the amount at 8%. And I'll let Z be the amount at 12%. Okay, so let's read back through and see if we can come up with some equations. All right, so we know that she has $45,000 to invest, and she wants to receive an annual income of $4,290. Okay, so taking each amount one at a time, we are going to build a money equation. She's going to get a certain amount of money. Did I leave out? All right, I left out the letter N twice. Amount. Okay, she's going to get a certain amount of money from the 5% account, a certain amount of money from the 8% account, and a certain amount from the 12% account. And we know exactly how much that should be because she's going to get 5%, all right? So what is 5% of something? Well, to get 5%, you multiply by 0.05. So 5% of the amount invested in that account would be this expression right here. And then every year she'll get 8% of the amount Y. So 8% is 0.08. So 0.08 times Y, that's how much money she will get from the second account. All right, the third account where she invested at 12%, she's going to get 12% of however much she invested. So 12% is 0.12. Multiply that by the amount invested, and this expression represents the amount of money she will get from that account. So she will get this much money from the first account, this much money from the second account, and this much money from the third account. But we know the total amount of money that she's trying to get. All right, she wants an income of $4,290. So the income from each account should total $4,290. All right, so that's our first equation. We really need 2 more equations. Okay, Next comes the quantity equation. We know the total amount of money that she has to invest is $45,000. So that's your X, Y, and Z. The amount of money in the first account, the amount of money in the second account, and the amount of money in the third account. So X plus Y plus Z should equal the total amount of money that she has to invest. Okay, all right, so that's two equations. We need one more because we have three unknowns. So luckily we have this extra bit of information here. Melody wants to have the amount invested at 12% be double the amount invested at 8%. So the 12% amount, okay, let me change colors for a second. So the 12% amount has got to be double the 8% amount. Okay, now we have a variable for the 12% amount. The 12% amount is variable Z. So Z should be double the 8% amount. Well, Y is the variable for the 8% amount. So Z should be double Y. Z should be 2 times Y. So this is our third equation. We need this to be in standard form though, so we're going to wind up subtracting 2y from both sides. So that will give us, in the end, negative 2y plus z is equal to 0. This is now standard form. So I will line that up right here. So I will have negative 2y plus z is equal to 0. All right, now we should be able to make our matrix equation. Let's start with the coefficients. So I have 0.05, 0.08, and 0.12. And then I have 1, 1, 1. And finally I have 0, negative 2, and 1. So there is my coefficient matrix C. Now my variable matrix is X, Y, Z. And my answer matrix is 4,290, 45,000, and 0. All right, so matrix C, V, and A. Since C times V equals A, I know that matrix V will equal C inverse times matrix A. So I just need to put this in my calculator. Let's start with matrix C. So second matrix, go to the edit menu, and matrix C. This is a 3 by 3 matrix, so we need to change this. And now let's just start typing 0.05, 0.08, 0.12. Okay, and then we have 1, 1, 1. And we have 0, negative 2, 1. And always quit your way out of a matrix. Now we need to get matrix A in there. So second matrix, over to edit, hit enter. Matrix A is now a 3 by 1 matrix, so we need to change the dimensions. So we have 4,290. And then we have 45,000. And then we have 0. And always quit your way out of a matrix. So now for the solution we need C inverse A. So we will go second matrix, and we will just type matrix C. We will hit the -1 button for the inverse. Now it's C inverse. Go back to the matrix area and hit enter for A. And boom, there you go. So let's see, 9,000, 12,000, 24,000. Okay, and that's our X, our Y, and our Z. All right, so let's put our final answer into words. So she should invest $9,000 at 5%, $12,000 at 8%, and $24,000 at 12%.
Work, work, Angelica, work, work, Eliza and Peggy, the Schuyler sisters, Angelica, Peggy, Eliza, work. Daddy said to be home by sundown. Daddy doesn't need to know. Daddy said not to go downtown. Like I said, free to go, but look around, look around.